There you go. Turn the microphone on now. So hopefully you can hear. There's a long delay though. We've had a couple of problems with the video feed on our after school clubs, and I've had to restart it. So let's see if this is going to work for me. I see lots of people on saying they're ready. It's not coming through though. Oh, there we go. There, my picture's come up. So that's how much delay there is. So, we're on bridges today. So, do say hello. Introduce yourselves. I know some of you have been on these before. Yeah, sorry. There we go. The sound's coming out now, so you can hear me as well. That's all right. There. I'll turn the sound off on mine, so I don't want to hear it on 2-minute delay. Yes, bridges. So we've done, over the last couple of weeks, we've done balloon-powered cars, and we've done rainbows, and something else. Can't remember what the other thing was we did. Anyway, marble mazes. That's what we did, marble mazes. And if you join me on Beaver Camp, hi Matthew. We did campfires, and we did campsites, and we did towers and things. So we're doing bridges. So we're going to have a look at what we can do, how we can build bridges. We're going to look at train bridges as well. I know some people are into trains and how to get a decent bridge for a train. So let's have a start. So I've got some base plates. Because you need a decent, I'm going to start with a bit of a decent. So this is what I'm going to attempt to do. I've got land on either side. Devon and Louis higher. Land on either side, river in the middle. I'm going to try and build my bridge over the top from first bridge. Okay, so I need to get some height up. I need to go across the top. So I'm actually going to start with the middle bit. I'm going to start with my length across the middle, and then I'm going to do the sides afterwards. All right. So ideally, what you want is the biggest flat bits you can to get the middle bit. You know, this sort of pieces across the middle, because if you can get some of them, if you start doing it with loads of really tiny little bits, it's not very strong and it all wobbles around. So if you've got some big pieces you can use, they're much better. So see what I can find. There we go. Pull out a whole load of plates. Morning, Ben. Good to see you again. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me. So I'm going to try. I've got a whole load of bits here, as you can see. I'm going to try to move these bits. I'm going to try and make myself my bridge. Okay. So I'm going to use. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach my pieces together. Okay, so I'm literally just going to use flat pieces. Okay, join together like that to make my bridge. Now, you could do it with bricks if you haven't got enough flat pieces. Hopefully you've got loose enough flat pieces to get one layer. Okay, you can always use bricks to strengthen it. You've got to join them together. Now, if you look at that, at the moment, that's not very strong. Okay, even though it's joined together, it's not very strong. If you look here, you can see it's not pushed together hard. Okay, and whenever you're building something, if you want it to be strong, you want to get rid of all those gaps. Morning, Finn. Okay, so try not to have any gaps at all between your bridges. So push them down. Okay, and see now on this side, look, see there's still some there. So I'm going to push those down. Okay, that makes my bridge nice and strong. Okay. There's a little bit of a gap on that side. Give it another push. Okay. So that's pretty good. But at the moment, it's still not the strongest. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can. I can hear it creaking. And so what you really want is if you can get 3 layers of bricks or 3 layers of plates is generally pretty strong. And basically, what you want to do is cross this where 2 plates meet. see this one goes across that join, and that's what you always want to do. Try and don't line up where you've got joins. Okay, try and get them to cross over. Okay, so a bit black, a bit cloudy. Let's see. I'm just doing that. We'll make it clearer. Right. So what else have I got? So I'm going to put some here. Look. So again, I'm going to just flat squeeze it all together. Now that bit doesn't fit. Don't start trying to do this. That's no good, because I'm never going to fill that gap because they don't level up. So try and get pieces that fit in the gaps you've got. There we go. I've got another 4 wide one. That goes in there now. That's nice. Okay. That section there now in the middle is really strong. That is not going to come apart. There's no creaking. There's no moving around. That should be nice and strong. So, right. What should we do? Stick that on there. Make it a bit longer. I'm doing mine all with plates. I say, if you haven't got enough plates, you can always do it with bricks instead. Okay. Really try and stick those together. It's a little bit shadowy in my picture, isn't it? Looks all nice on my computer. Right. That there. That there. Then we've got that like that. There. So I have built, there's the platform for my bridge. It's nice and flat. I've tried to push everything together as hard as I can, which obviously makes, when it comes to taking it apart, you might not be so happy because it's a bit hard to get apart, but it will stay together as your bridge. So that's now pretty strong. There's almost no bend in that. So if I really bend it, I can, but I'll end up breaking my bricks if I do that. But that's pretty strong, that. Now there's my bridge. So that will go over my river. That's long enough. Okay. Obviously, you know, I'm doing mine quite long. I've got quite a lot of bricks here. If you can't do yours as long as that, yeah, do whatever length you like. Right, so that's going to reach over my river. Let's put some grass at that side, grass at that side. I've now got to work out how I'm getting up onto my bridge and how tall I want to make it. Okay. Now, depending on what you're doing, depends on how tall you want to make it. Now, if you want a boat or something to go underneath, it's got to be tall enough to get a boat under it. Okay. If you're not so bothered, if it's just a little river, okay, you might have it lower down. It's up to you. And you want to decide what's going over it as well. So what's going to go over the top of your bridge. Now, if you want a vehicle to go over the top of your bridge, so if, for instance, you've got a truck, and that's going to drive over your bridge. Now, it drives over that bit all right, but I need it to be able to get up onto my bridge. So I've got to decide how I'm doing that. Hi, Arjun, again. Good to see you back. A bit early in the day for me. I'm still on my first cup of tea of the day. So, if it's going to be a pedestrian bridge, so I'm going to walk across it, I need steps or something. So I want some way, I've got to do both sides the same, okay, to get some height. So I'm going to start building some steps, I think. Now I want a nice solid base. Lots of people do this when they start doing a bridge. They'll do this. They'll go, there we go. Okay, my steps. There's my steps. There, that's going to be my bridge. Do that. There's my bridge. Well, as soon as you put any weight on it, it breaks. So that's no good. You need a bit more support than that. They don't stay up very well. Okay, they look okay without touching them. As soon as there's any weight on them, they fall over. So we want to build them up a bit more. So that's what I'm doing here with my bit of foundation. Okay, So I'm starting with a break. I'm going to put, my steps are going to be. So this is what they're going to be. How high should we go? About that high. So then I've just got to think, right, so if I put, I'm just trying to think how to give it some support underneath. There we go. 2 of those under there. And there you go. So I've not filled in all the gaps, but I've got enough under there. Just that's gonna stay together. So I can push down on that. So I've got enough supports under there that it's not going to fall over. Really give that a good bashing, and it won't fall. Okay, so there's one side. So I now need to do another set of steps on the other side. Okay, and I want them the same size. So actually, move the out of the way. I might just copy these. How do I do? Did that, nothing that. The key thing, they obviously don't have to be exactly the same both sides. But your key thing is that they are the same height. That's what you need. Because if they're not the same height, your bridge is going to be wonky, isn't it? So. There we go. So I've done steps. I've got steps up, 2 sets of steps now. They can go either side like that. And then my bridge, which is now a bit long. That's a bit annoying. So I'll just move that out. Right, put another. I want a decent amount to connect it to. So another brick there and there. I can then connect. And again, I'm trying to get a nice flat connection. So I'm looking. I've got 3 gap there. So I'm going to cover up 3 of these studs. Same on that side. There we go. I have a bridge. There we go. I've got steps up this side. I've got a really nice solid bridge. And steps down that side. There we go. So if I had a little person, Robin Hood, here he is. Oh, his feathers fallen out. Yeah. You notice Robin Hood always appears in my videos. There you go. It's always my minifigure of choice. Here he is, going up his steps. He can walk across there quite happily. Go across the bridge. Now, it's not very safe, so I might now want to add bits of decoration, bits of sides to it, stop falling people off, some fencing, some, I don't know, what should we put on it? Have we got some fences? My children have been playing in my Lego this week, and they've moved everything. So I'm struggling to find any of the bits I want them at. Oh, there we go. Oh, that box down there. So I'm going to put fencing across it. Now I've got to be careful because I've got 2 different layers here. So I'm going to have 2 different sets of fencing. So that fencing there in the middle is going to be a little wall. It's going to be a little bit higher. There we go. There you go. I've got a little fence. I might make it. There you go. That's good. Put some decorations on it. I'm going to make it just a bit like a castle wall. There we go. And do the other side. we go. Finish the decoration on this house. Found some more pieces. Oh, throwing them around now. There we go. Hey, Kelda. Don't know if Kelda's still watching. Is Sophia watching? Hello, Sophia. Happy birthday for yesterday. That's a longer one. Badly. There we are. I've run a little bits now, though. Anyway, we can go on. We can add anything. We could add arches over the top if we wanted to. We can decorate it in any way we like. We can have monkey climbing on our bridge. There he is. Monkey on the bridge. There we go. That's why we need a bridge, because we've got a crocodile underneath the bridge. Oh, we might build a boat. Maybe build a boat to go under your bridge. You're going to have a bridge. You may as well have a boat going under it. Mine's going to be a very little boat. It's going to be a little pink boat. There we go. That's going to be partly pink, so I'm going to run out of pink bricks. There we go. There's my little boat. Person sitting in the boat. There we are. One of Robin Hood's friends. There we go. There's my boat going under my bridge. Now I've done steps up the side. You could, if you wanted. Now obviously my car's not going to drive up there. So if I'd want to do a car, I'd have to do some sort of a ramp, wouldn't I? Maybe get some longer pieces, long flat plates like that, to enable our car to drive. It's a bit steep, and he now, because I've put sides on, he doesn't fit down the middle anymore. He's too wide because it's quite a big car. If I had a smaller car, it'd work. Okay, so I'll tell you what. This little bloke on his scooter, look. He drives over it fine. But that's not very safe. I might try and find a better way to connect that a bit. But it would do. We could get away with that. Now, when I mentioned bridges, somebody said about trains. That they're into trains. They want to build bridges for their trains. So I had a little bit of a look at train tracks and building bridges out of train tracks. If you've got phone fell over. If you've got a train, you might want to build a train track bridge. So now, to a certain extent, it makes it a little bit easier because you've got nice big pieces. Okay, so I've just got a load of this straight bits, and I've made a straight bit of track. Now, if you're just using a push-along train, you can make this as steep as you like because you can push a train up anywhere, can't you? Okay. If you're using a train with a motor, you're a bit more limited into what you can do because the motors will only go so high. Let me just read the train. Oh. It's in a bit sorry of a state. It's the Hogwarts Express. It's very dusty and dirty. It's been up there a long time. Let's see if we can clean it off a little bit. Lives on the top shelf. Need to find the rest of it. So he sits on there, and if I'm just pushing him, it's fine. I can make that steep as I like. It doesn't make any difference. But if it had a motor, it can only go up so steep. Now, it would be really nice, wouldn't it, if we could just get some bricks. And where you want to put your bricks is where the pieces join, because this bit, that's not going to bend. It's a solid piece of track. Okay, the bend comes at the joint, so that's where I'm going to strengthen it. So that's where I'm going to build my towers. So if I put one brick there and 2 bricks there, so just over the joins, and then 3 bricks there, I've then got a really nice, even slope. Okay, and that will go. Now, in actual fact, doing that makes it a little bit too steep. And some trains with motors, it will depend on how good your batteries are, might struggle to get up there. It doesn't seem very steep, but Lego trains aren't the most powerful. So they might struggle. So what you might find is you have to make it not quite as steep as that. Now, I don't know if you probably know this, but a Lego brick, one Lego brick, is the same size as 3 Lego plates. That's how the Lego geometry works. So by going up by brick, 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 okay, I've gone up from 3 plates to 6 plates to 9 plates. Okay. Now, in actual fact, as I say, it's a little bit steep. And actually, what works better, instead of going up 3 plates every time, which is a whole brick, is to go up 2 plates every time. So I've joined 2 plates together there. Let's go in there. So that's 2. So I need 4 plates. Well, 4 plates is 1 brick and 1 plate. Because I've got 3 plates in a brick and then 1 more. So that's my next one. So 2, 4. So then I want 6. Well, 6 is 2 bricks. So that's easy. Okay. So it's not as steep. And to get any height takes you quite a long time. But a motorised train will go up that without too much difficulty. Okay, so if you've got a train with a motor on, and you want to make sure you train, so I'm going for 8 plates next. I've done 2 bricks and 2 plates. Just the end. There you go. A motorised train will get up that no problem. Right, so if you're thinking, if you've got a train with a motor, try it brick, 2 bricks, 3 bricks, 4 bricks. It might work, okay, but you might find that's just a little bit too steep. Okay, as I say, it depends on how good your batteries are. Batteries make a big difference, and what train it is. Some trains will do it, some trains won't. Okay, so there you go. So that's your. You can do it with curves, but curves you have to be definitely no more than 2 plates on curves if you're doing motorised, because it'll fall off if it's going too steep and too curved. Straight's easy, but as you say, we've gone. What's that? Quite a long way already, isn't it? About 1/2 metre. And we've not got very high yet. So, okay. So actually, I'll just leave that there. So hopefully we've got some amazing bridges being built. Whether they are pedestrian footbridges, whether they are train bridges. We can have stuff under our bridges if we want to have boats, crocodiles going underneath. We can do that. And we can add decorations. Little doorways and arches. There's no reason why at the top of your bridge find the right bits I want. You don't find the parts when you want them, can you? There you go. Can you hear the banging outside? That's one of my children very handily making loads of noise in the garden. They can obviously hear me because they've stopped. There we go. So I'm making a little entranceway bridge, gateway to go over the top. Yeah, make it pretty. I'm sure you can make yours prettier than mine. There we are. Where's ramp? That's too short. That'll do. There we go. Right, scooter up the ramp. And onto the bridge. So there we go. Bridges. Nobody's very chatty today. Oh, there we go. Matthew's built a cool bridge and a train station. Don't have to attach a photo. It might. I don't know that you can attach that. You might not be able to attach them direct to the comments of the video, Claire. So maybe attach the. You can always just post them onto the page, or onto the event. Either of those, you can just attach them as a message. I don't think you can attach them as comments on the video. I think that might. But excellent. I'm really excited to see them, though, Matthew. A cool bridge and a train station. Nice stuff. Like it. Next week, because we'll do this again. And my videos worked well this week. Better than last week, where I had to start about 3 times. So next week we're gonna do some creatures, some creepy crawlies, some animals, some monsters. Okay, so we're going for something a bit different. Obviously, any sorts of bricks you've got, but if you've got bricks, if you've got bendy bricks, oh, there you go, I'm on that camera now, aren't I? There. If you've got hinge bricks, like these, okay, bricks that move, I'll make it easier. Look, there's my snake. So if we've got those sorts of hinge bricks, and I thought I had the other one just now buried it, moving things around. Can't find the piece of one. Ah, there we go. All these sorts of bricks. If I stick it to a brick, I'll be able to see it better. Oh. There we go. These hinge ones, where we can stick like that. If you've got some of those, okay, any sorts of bricks that you've got a bit of movement to, hinges and stuff, are really good if you're trying to make, when we're trying to make creepy crawlies and things, and animals and creatures, because it gives you can articulate your arms a little bit. Okay, if you've got sort of the bionicle stuff, that's obviously good for creatures. But most of the work stuff here, I'm not. If you've got some of these. These, obviously, they've got ball joints and stuff. They're great for articulating. I'm actually no good at building with these. I really find these hard to build. But, oh, he said it's full enough. There we go. If you've got some of these are obviously great for articulation and stuff. I just find them harder to actually build with. So, that's what we're doing next week. Creatures, monsters, animals. Be creepy crawlies and things mainly, but obviously up to you. Build what you like. So that's the sort of stuff. Those sorts of pieces you will need next week for those. Okay. So hope you enjoy the build. Send in your pictures as usual. We've not been very chatty today, but hopefully you stuck around. and we shall see you next time. So, my mouse to work. Farewell.